It says that there was a deleted scene that used AI, but I know that for a fact that they included a scene.
Well, didn't you say it was they used it for like Mr. Miyagi?
Yeah,
wasn't he in the movie?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
but like, I don't know. Well, I mean, we can talk about it. They definitely used it to some extent, though, because they showed it at the beginning of it.
Legends AI. Yeah, it says utilize AI and CGI for special effects, including a controversial AI-generated appearance of Mr. Miyagi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's so stupid.
Yeah, but yeah, other than that, I didn't really have any talking points on.
Okay, cool. But it was really, this will just be a short episode. Really, just wants to talk about like the Val Kilmer him getting a whole entire AI version of his body in this movie that's coming out.
Wait, what movie?
It's called it's a terrible title called As Deep as the Grave. Yeah. I guess we can just like, we were already talking about it a little bit. So welcome back to the Sips of Cinema podcast. Today we're going to
be a soft open to the episode.
I actually kind of liked it. Today we're going to be sipping on smart water because unlike AI, we like to be smart with our decisions. But yeah, so I don't know if we'll keep it in the beginning, but we were also talking about Karate Kid Legends. But the reason we're making this video is we're talking about AI again. So this is AI part 2 or whatever, because we already did an
Electric
episode.
Boogaloo.
Yeah. Or artificial incompetence or whatever, actual incompetence, part 2. Because it was announced a little bit ago, but I thought maybe it was a lie or just a way to get people's attention. But it's a real thing and it's just awful. But they're coming out with this movie called As Deep as the Grave, which
amazing
stars.
Title.
Yeah, I hate that title so freaking much, and apparently that wasn't even the first title. So terrible title, but it is a controversial Western movie that stars Val Kilmer in an AI version of himself playing a priest, and that is what we're going to be talking about because that pissed me off. I was on my flight on my way home from, I believe it was Germany, because I went for the Michael premiere. And I saw that news and it pissed me off so much. They dropped a trailer for it too, and I kind of feel like showing you the trailer in this video, but at the same time, I don't want to give any sort of attention to them because I think it's just.
We'll
awful.
do the little like pop up that we do in every episode, but like insanely tiny and in that corner.
Yeah, I mean, you can show like I guess you can show the trailer. It's already out there.
Yeah,
but like at least show a picture of Val Kilmer because it's like actually unbelievable. Also, sorry if you can hear some talking. I doubt you can, but there's some other people here working. But anyways, this movie looks awful. It looks terrible. I have pulled up stuff about it, but basically
I didn't even watch the trailer. He texted me from Germany and he was like, "We're gonna do an episode on AI. That's all you need to know." And I was like, "Okay, cool."
It's so this is just a really upsetting situation because like Val Kilmer, he passed away in 2025, and he was actually in Top Gun Maverick, reprising his role as Iceman, which they also used AI because he can't talk.
I didn't know they used AI in the movie.
Yeah, they used it because he says, I forget, he says like 2 words or something. Yeah. He says 2 words to Maverick, and I'm blanking on them right now. But they were like 2 pretty powerful words, and they used AI to give him his voice back because he literally can't talk, which this is all so fishy, like from the start. This whole entire movie, because apparently like 5 years ago is when Val Kilmer was introduced the part of this movie of playing this priest, and he was really into this role because it was like I forget what it was. It was because it was it like dove into his Native American side of his life, and he really was like excited to play this role. And what I don't understand about that, and that's great. I mean, that's great and all for Val Kilmer to be excited to play that role. But Val Kilmer hasn't been in a movie forever. Mm-hmm. And that's because of his throat cancer and because he can't talk and he's unable to do any of that kind of stuff. So that is already kind of a red flag to me as to like, one, how they were going to even make this work to begin with if he was still alive and able to shoot it, because apparently it was like right up until they were about to shoot the movie, he had health issues in which he couldn't speak. So they decided to move ahead with doing a completely AI generated version of himself for that movie, which is just so crazy. And I think a lot of people are going to be like kind of like, oh well, the family gave permission, like they're totally on board. Even Val Kilmer said that he's always been into this, like the way that technology is developing, and he, had a really heartfelt way of looking at it as like it's a way of giving, people their voice and their physicality back. And as much as that is really a nice thing, like
Mhm.
it's a sweet thing, and it's kind of heartbreaking to hear that kind of thing, because it does suck that that was taken from him. Like his acting career was taken from him because of his throat cancer. But then this is just not, I mean, this is just not a way of going about that, doing completely an AI version of himself, even if the family gave the filmmakers the blessing. I think that, and I read up on it, and it just sounds like almost kind of like what the Coke, um, whatever, the
The Coke
CEO
ad
of
or Coke
Coke,
CEO,
the way
yeah.
they were talking about incorporating AI into their commercial, and just being so condescending about it, and about how audiences should just adapt to it because that's the way that the world's changing. And that was like the same thing that this director, the way he was talking about it, he was basically just saying, oh well, the parent, like the family did give permission for it, so it's totally okay. Like, I mean, what I don't understand is how, like I even mentioned at the beginning, how they were going to do this in the first place with Val Kilmer, because he can't talk.
Mhm.
So where was this? How are they going to do this movie? Like, and that's the biggest thing, and I think that's the most challenging thing to really understand, and that's kind of where this whole AI thing is going. Is they're incorporating AI little by little in movies, to the point where now we're actually in the bad parts of what we were literally talking about in the first episode, not the first episode, but the first episode of talking about AI, is that this stuff is developing at a very rapid
Yeah,
rate.
for
I mean,
sure.
people were scared, and people were joking about how this kind of stuff is going to take over actors' careers, and they're literally going to, but now we're actually there. And I feel like people aren't making a big enough deal about it. And I think it seems like a very, like, kind of like iffy scenario, because one, you do have the family that's giving the filmmakers blessing to do that, but at the exact same time, it's the thing that we're like fighting against, is this
Mhm.
kind of stuff, which it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense that they're doing this. One, because the director filmmaker said that they only saw Val Kilmer in this role, which again, I say, why and how? I don't understand that. He can't perform.
Mhm.
He can't act. What made them think? And maybe this sounds disrespectful to me saying, because I don't know the whole entire story, but what I do know is that Val Kilmer was unable to really communicate and act. So how are they going to go about doing this? To me, it sounds like a director that is so wrapped up in his own image of needing to make what he wants to make, and he'll do whatever he can to do it. And
Mhm.
he wanted Val Kilmer for the role for some reason, even if he wanted Val Kilmer in this role, it's like this film would have had to been in development the better part of like 15 years. I forget off the top of my head when Val Kilmer was having his throat cancer issues, but it's so weird to think that he wanted Val Kilmer for this role despite knowing exactly what kind of condition he was in. And that's literally what led them up to filming the movie, is that he was unable to do it because he can't talk. It sounds like he used that as an excuse to use AI to make Val Kilmer a character, because in this movie he talks fluently.
Mhm.
He looks younger too. He looks like 20 years younger. It's
Yeah.
so confusing to me how they would do that and just recast the character at that point. It's just like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that Val Kilmer is in this position, and it's awful because he's a great actor. I mean, a fantastic actor, an
Indeed.
iconic actor, and it sucks. And I'm sorry that you couldn't make your movie with the actor that you had in mind, but the man is sick. The man was dying. I mean, he died last year, and now it's disrespectful to his name. Even if he gave permission or said that,
Mhm.
I don't know what's true or not. Apparently his daughter uh came out saying that, he was totally in line with this idea of making an AI version of himself for the movie. But just, I'm kind of going back and forth on, not back and forth. I kind of keep like going in a
Yeah.
circle about it. But what do you think?
I think, I mean, AI just in general is it's such a slippery slope because like it definitely has its uses. And I know that the last time we had the conversation about this, I talked about how AI is good for like being a tool.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like anything. Like I'll use myself as an example. When I was in high school and we had like reading assignments where we had to read books for our English classes or whatever, I used Spark Notes to help me like understand summaries of chapters after I've read them so that I can like better understand what's going on. And then it developed like oh well, I won't read the book. I'm only going to use Spark Notes. It's just like, and first off, I'm sorry, I don't even know who the director is and I don't really care. If you can't get the character that you want for very like legitimate reasons, recast it.
It just
like,
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to me. But
it
like,
doesn't make sense.
I just think that everybody's getting too they're getting too infatuated with AI. I think
really
people they're
really.
like
Court Voorhees, at least it's Coerte Voorhees. Court.
Okay.
I think it's Court Voorhees. That's the filmmaker.
I think that people are getting way too it's too like back when phones became a thing and computers became a thing and it was like the next development in technology, obviously like a boom in tech, people get really excited.
Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like with AI specifically, people are getting overly excited. And it, like to the point where, first off, it is the downfall of our society in every way, shape, or form. Like AI has just like, I mean, we think that TikTok and Instagram and all this like social media crap is brain rotting us.
Yeah.
90% of social media nowadays is all AI
I
bullshit videos or whatever. Like the amount of times that I'm just like scrolling on my phone and one of those AI videos of the like fruit people having like arguments with each other and like they're just everywhere. It's like it
and now you know the stupid you know how I just the AI like ballerina cappuccino whatever.
Oh,
like,
I saw your Instagram story
Fortnite
with the
are we like joking ourselves? Like that is so we literally have AI characters that are now CGI'd like playable characters. It's just so bizarre
really
to
stupid.
me. It was like the first time I've hopped on Fortnite in maybe like 4 months, and I was like, that's the first thing I see. It's like, are we joking ourselves?
Yeah.
What is going on? Because
they also put Tun Sahur in Fragpunk, that game that I play with Jules. It's
oh my god.
I don't know if it's like I don't think it's a skin, but it's a they have like cards in the game that you like use in between rounds. It's one of the cards. It's so stupid.
That is just absolutely dumb. It's just, and you're right about how people are getting way too excited about it, because I feel like when like CGI was developing, people didn't get over.
I think it's the accessibility too.
It is
because like when CGI became a thing, not everybody was able to just do it themselves.
And now they have the talent, and now they don't need the talent.
And now AI is just
like, oh, I can tell this AI generator exactly what I want. But guys, it's hard. Like, I mean, I gotta go in there. I
have to type 5 words.
I gotta tweak some words around so that it can be exactly like how I want it. No, it's just the worst. It's the worst thing. It's so bad.
Have you seen the like? I mean, I'm sure you have, because movies is your thing. Have you seen those like insanely just ridiculous AI generated movie trailers? No, and I don't mean like. First off, I've seen so many of them.
Well, I've seen the Brad Pitt one and the Tom Cruise one about Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh yeah, I saw that one too. I mean, okay, whatever. But
well, no, that was like an example. Of
I just mean like in some cases, like obviously it's meant to be like satirical. In some cases, but I mean, especially with that kind of topic.
Oh no,
maybe we shouldn't do that. But
well, no, exactly. I mean, that's exactly. I mean, there was like, but. Like there was one that someone like just released the leaked Avengers Doomsday trailer, and it's like, guys, this is just AI. Like it's AI. That you guys really think that's like, it's people like believe it, and it's so scary how like fast people just decide, we're gonna generate this whole entire thing and just post it online. People just don't know what's like real from like what's not, and it's so scary because I've been calling this ever since AI started to really become a thing. It's just like this is going to be something that people are going to uh, grab a hold to. They're going to they're going to find any excuse to continue developing it, to continue using it. This is the worst thing. Which by the
Yeah,
way,
no.
I looked it up, and the original title was Canyon of the Dead, and now it's As Deep as the Grave. Those are like two of the worst titles I've ever heard in my life.
I wonder if those were also AI generated.
I mean, they might have been.
Yeah.
They might have been. I have some theories about some movies. Like there was this one that came out, The Flight Risk, that
Yeah,
I
Flight
feel
Risk
like
was, oh
it
my
was
god, it was so
awful.
bad.
But I have a theory that whoever, or I think it was whoever, yeah, it was whoever wrote it,
Just
doesn't even exist.
Yeah,
It was
I think we
just,
talked about it
yeah,
on the AI
on the
episode.
previous one.
Yeah.
I really think that they are doing that, where they're coming up with an alias for AI writing, because that movie was atrocious.
I wonder whoever that director is. I wonder if
It's
we
Mel.
could, like,
It's Mel Gibson.
Oh, sorry, not the director, the writer.
I almost said Mel Brooks again.
Yeah,
I almost
that
said
was
Mel Brooks
it was
again.
so funny how you did that.
Why am I
In
doing that?
Was it the Robin Hood episode that you did that?
I think it was
I think so.
Robin Hood.
Yeah, because we were talking about Men in
and,
Tights.
and I kept saying Mel Gibson or something. I
Yeah,
said like the
yeah.
opposite. I don't know why I kept doing that.
But I wonder if we take like the script writer or whoever it was that wrote Flight Risk.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if we can like take their name and switch around the letters, like as an anagram for like hiding whatever like company.
Maybe.
Like maybe he's not real.
Maybe
If you're real,
I don't think he's real.
If you're real, I'm sorry,
Like,
but
I
like you look really not real.
Well, like I looked, like no offense, dude. I looked him up, and he has like one image on IMDb, and it is the most basic white guy that you'll ever see in your life.
Super generic.
And what's so weird is that
two basic looking white
literally
guys.
when that Flight Risk movie came out, it was announced that he has his next project is going to be this Netflix project. It's like, who is this guy? Who is this guy that has no pictures online, has no credits except for Flight Risk and this untitled Netflix project? It's like, who are these people?
Wasn't it like a documentary or something?
I think it was something. I'm not even sure. I don't even know if it came out yet.
Oh no, I think I'm getting it mixed up with the Lilo and Stitch movie writer who had like a horror movie credit or something before.
So yeah, the Lilo and Stitch writer. Yeah, that's the same thing. That's a whole different topic of like choosing who should be writing your adaptations, but that's a whole other story. But okay, yeah. So this movie was called Canyon of the Dead, and now it's called As Deep as the Grave, which I don't know if that's a metaphor for where this movie is going to end up. But it's
another option was 6 Feet Under.
Yeah,
which would have been better.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, if we make our title a little longer, it'll sound better. No, it's so. And actually, this movie it stars Draco Malfoy. I'm forgetting his actor name, but
he's in a different movie.
I know he's in it. He's actually been starring in. He's actually been starring in a lot. Like he's been making his way back into movies. But
really?
He's in this one.
I thought he was just on like Broadway.
No, I think he would. A lot of actors have been doing Broadway, which is something
I just mean with the Harry Potter, because they have their like Broadway.
Well, he was on Broadway. I think he just made an appearance in like the as like a cameo. But no, he was in this one. He was in this new movie this year called They Will Kill You. Okay. He was in that, and I think he was in a couple others. But yeah, he's in this one.
Good for him.
It looks awful. It's a terrible. Like I just don't. It's such a weird like thing to talk about, because like we could easily just be like, yeah, AI sucks. Like AI shouldn't be in these movies, but it's such a deeper discussion than that, because like we're saying, it's just they take these opportunities and they continuously will put them into their movies until like people just won't notice anymore, or will just accept the fact that this is what people are doing. They are going to keep doing this. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how like we can stop this from happening. I don't think that we can. But just this is because, like I said, they're just gonna come up with an excuse. Oh, his family agreed to it. Like, what's so bad about this one in particular, about this movie, is that it's also an independent film. It's also I hate saying the word film with this, but it's an independent project, and I think it has a budget of around like $10 million, which is a lot, but that is it is an independent project. It's not a Hollywood project, and that sucks. Like for independent filmmakers, that is just a terrible thing to have to be in the same realm of what you're doing. It's just like, oh, this filmmaker is using AI. It's just, and we talked about it in the last AI episode of just like some independent filmmakers that are really trying to test the limits of AI, of like, what they can use and what they shouldn't use, or if they can't get this shot, they can use AI to generate that shot. It's just like, no, if you didn't get the shot, you didn't get the shot. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like, or find a different way of getting that shot. I don't know. But if you didn't get the shot, you didn't get the shot. If you didn't get your actor, you didn't get your actor. Don't AI generate it, even if the family gave you permission. Because like what I don't understand is how is that even going to be honoring Val Kilmer?
Yeah.
How is that going to honor Val Kilmer? I don't understand that. This fake performance that literally none of it is real. It's not real. I don't even know how they're gonna. I don't know how they used AI for his character if they had an actor in place of him and then just
with like a
used
motion
AI.
capture suit, probably.
like-
I would assume, yeah.
Like you can do that with CGI. You just didn't have a big enough budget, so you decided we have to do AI because with independent filmmaking, it's so hard for independent filmmakers. Hollywood just doesn't give any money to filmmakers that truly want to make something magical. Oh, so we're just going to use AI to generate a whole entire character. What I really and I've mentioned this, what I really don't understand about it is why Val Kilmer, because he hasn't been able to do this for a long time.
Mhm.
He hasn't been in a movie in a long time. When we saw him in Top Gun Maverick, that was like the most shocking thing ever because like, oh my gosh, like he never showed up in movies because he just can't act anymore, which is super heartbreaking. But that's just another thing that really makes me think that there's more to this than we see I think it's just lying and taking advantage of people and flipping people's words. Like I think maybe his family was, very open to the idea and just maybe saying like, yes, he was very into the whole way of technology moving and how it's a way of bringing people's voices back and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like there was some area that they really flipped people's words to get what they wanted because this just sounds like another arrogant filmmaker that just wants to get what they want and they'll do what they want to get what they want. That's what it sounds like. Maybe that's me being a little bit too harsh, but when it comes to this kind of stuff, I can't ever imagine using AI for a film. I can't imagine it. Like I think that's one, it's makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. It's not creative. It's the most uncreative thing that you can do. And it's just what more can be said about it?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I mean,
I feel like I'm going in circles about it because I feel like I'm saying the same thing, but at the same time it's like what else is there to say about it besides that AI is bad. It shouldn't be in this kind of situation. It should not be taking over an actor's performance. That easily could have gone to an actor that could have, honestly, a better way to have honored Val Kilmer is to do someone that maybe would have had his performance his performance was based off of Val Kilmer.
Mhm.
Like maybe if he studied up on Val Kilmer on his Native American heritage, he could have done something to really truthfully honor Val Kilmer. But no, instead they completely just said, you know what, we're gonna wipe the clock back or whatever the expression
Wind
is.
the clock?
Yeah, wind the clock
turn the
back
clock
20
back.
years or 25 years when Val Kilmer was 25 to 30 years younger and wasn't in a position of not being able to act and talk and just, that just doesn't make sense to me. But you were going to say something?
Well, I mean, just we do circle back to the same thing because we both have the same stance where
Yeah.
just AI shouldn't be a thing and we don't know why it has to be argued. Like it feels very obvious that AI should not be okay. So like the whole idea of the creative arts is to be creative in the arts. So like that's the exact opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And people will justify, be like, oh, well, I had the idea and they just executed it.
Mm-hmm.
And we just like it's like when you try to, I don't know it's like when you have like a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
And the 2-year-old picks up an apple and they say that it's an orange.
Yeah.
And you go, no, that's an apple.
Yeah.
And then the kid is just like, no, this is an orange.
Yeah. Mm.
No, it is.
Yeah.
No, this is an orange.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And we're like, it's an apple.
Yeah. It's
Nope,
an apple.
It's an orange.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Like convince yourself what you want.
Yeah.
But it's an apple.
Mhm.
Like convince yourself that this is creative or this is revolutionary, but It's not.
Sooner or
It's
later, you're gonna realize that
it's yeah.
you're wrong.
Sooner or later, you're gonna realize that no, it's not, and this is really like setting us back. I mean, seriously, and the fact that it's has developed as much as it has is truthfully scary. Eventually, we're gonna get the first game that's completely AI generated, and we're gonna be
Oh, I mean,
able
that's been in the works for a while. I think there was like I think I saw something about. Well, there was a lot going around about there being an AI generated, or not an AI generated, but like a crypto style
Mhm.
game where like all of the items that you get in game are tied to the blockchain, and then you
Mm.
could sell them on the market for real world money.
Oh,
And then I did see something about like a game developer that built. It was like I don't know if it's completely built or if they're still in testing, but they are working on a completely AI generated like open world game that depending on what courses you take or like what
mhm.
actions you take in the game, it like tweaks how the game develops as you play.
Oh, jeez.
It's really stupid.
It's almost like
It's
that's
just
a really
dumb.
cool idea that can be done with CGI and
Mhm.
hard work and people. Like, why don't you just use a team? There have been games like that like you can that just a lot of games like
Mhm.
that just change the course of your direction throughout the entire game. Like, there's one game
Even
where
Pokemon is doing it in the next
yeah,
one.
mhm,
It hasn't been confirmed, but like a data miner leaked that there's apparently the way that the game's coding works, which is the first time that Pokemon's ever done this, and I cannot wait to play the next games when they come out next year. But the coding that they wrote in the game, it's a seed generation, kind of like how Minecraft does it.
mm,
So when you open up the game the first time on a new save file, you're not automatically starting in the same place, or the routes aren't
mm.
automatically like laid out the same way, or like the Pokemon distribution isn't the same.
Oh,
It'll be
okay.
like generated per save file or something like that. Same with the legendary that you get at the
Yeah.
end. It's like the type of the legendary is tied to like
Mhm.
what types you use throughout the story. So like the game is developing as you're playing it, sort of. That hasn't been confirmed, but it was a very big rumor and a big like thing that was leaked and
Yeah.
talked about
See,
for a while. So like it's
that's
possible.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. And if you just
Now
put your
that I
mind
say
to
that,
it, yeah.
it might have used AI. But like
Oh, hopefully not. I mean, you just
I don't
never
remember that
know.
part for sure,
You
but
just never know anymore. It's
yeah.
like you get excited about something, and they're like, "Oh, and we used AI for this," and you're like, "Oh, like
But
come
like
on."
I mean, even in that sense, I mean, like I hate saying like AI is just something that shouldn't be used. But if it's for something as like very very small and minute as that,
Yeah,
where it's like a feature of coding and it's
yeah,
not the whole project.
hmm
Like if Pokemon were to use AI, or Nintendo rather, or Game Freak, if they were to use AI to generate the entire game, that wouldn't be cool. But
no,
if you're using AI as a source of like coding to be
yeah,
able to have certain actions happen, then I guess because artificial intelligence is essentially it's just like a computer program.
yeah.
So
I
like
just mean
using it as a tool in that sense is okay. But even then it's still just like you could just write that
as long
shit.
as it's something that's not genuinely like taking jobs away.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah, yeah,
if you
no.
have an entire team that's working on a game and they decide that they need to use AI as a tool for something very minute, then I think that's warranted a little bit. But just I think movies like this that are completely just wiping away a whole entire like world of what could be with an actor actually performing this role. It's just so like opposite of what filmmaking is and what creativity is supposed to be, because artificial intelligence, it's one of those things that kind of just happens so quickly. Just happened so quickly. Like when it first was starting to really develop, people weren't really worried about it. They were like, "Oh, this is crap." But now it's just really just taking over. And this is just a terrible, terrible situation. I
Mhm.
really hope the movie just like gets boycott and just does not come out, because this is not something that should be in theaters, and it's just something that should not be. I mean, luckily, it's not a huge Hollywood production.
Yeah.
It's not something that's going to be making millions upon millions upon millions of dollars, and it's probably barely going to see the light of day in a theater. I'm sure it'll get a weekend. Just like it'll probably only be in the weekend in the theater for like no more than a week, and that's great. If it was a Hollywood production, we would be so screwed.
Yeah.
That would just be, and that's scary. I feel like that's what's gonna happen next, is because things like this where they just slowly they just add it in everywhere. Like I walk around the airport and there's AI just like ladies in advertisements now. It's just like, come on,
Or in the movie
really?
theater.
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
is so bizarre. It's just like, really?
It was like a furniture commercial or something.
You couldn't pay a woman $500 to do that or something?
Yeah,
Like,
it was
like,
just this
at least.
AI generated like soulless looking
Yeah.
person. I don't even think she had pupils.
I don't.
Like
It was very weird. It's just like
it was very what's it, uncanny
like
valley.
very deadpan,
Yeah.
just like looking right into our
It
souls.
was
Like,
really weird.
I don't understand it. I like, well, I guess I do understand, because I understand people are greedy. People want what they want. People are going to get what they want. It doesn't matter, what they're going to do. But what I very much dislike about this usage of AI and how they're going about advertising it and going about justifying it is that they're really putting all of that AI pressure on to Val Kilmer.
Mhm.
Even though I'm not sure what's true or not. I mean, I've read some articles saying that Val Kilmer really was okay with it, but I think that they are making that such a obvious point in fact that, like, yes, Val Kilmer did give us his blessing. Val Kilmer is so on board with this. He loves AI. He loves technology. They're really focusing all of that. Like, if they really were super confident in them using AI, they wouldn't even be fighting against it. They would just be letting the project come out with their AI version of Val Kilmer without needing to justify it. But the
Mhm.
fact that they are taking the time to make it very clear to the audience that Val Kilmer was totally fine with this is what's really getting me on edge about it. Because, it's kind of like, it almost feels like defending someone that doesn't need to be defended. Like,
Yeah.
how they
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of like, you're someone that's being picked on or something, but they're like, okay with it, or just like, God, it's fine. Like,
Or
I
like
have,
if or like if someone's accusing you of doing something
yeah,
and you go, I literally didn't do that.
Uh-huh.
The fact that you added the word literally makes
Mhm.
you more like susceptible or suspicious of
Exactly.
doing the thing. Like
exactly.
them amplifying this and like
Yep.
broadcasting the fact that we were given permission.
Yep. I know.
Maybe
It's
not.
so exactly. It really makes me think that there is a lot more here than what meets the eye. And what sucks the most about it is that, as much as I do, I appreciate Val Kilmer's mindset on it, wanting to bring voices back to people that have lost their voice for very, just unfair reasons, that just his whole entire career was taken away from him. I understand that. And I understand his parents really loving his passion for it. But that does not warrant this kind of thing. I don't think anything warrants this.
No.
I really don't think anything warrants this kind of stuff. And I mean, like, AI is taking over everywhere. I mean, the White House is using it just as like jokes and memes, and like,
That's a whole different conversation.
it's a whole different conversation, but just that's how much it's just getting around, of just how it's becoming a natural thing that people are just using it to get a reaction out of people, to really just have a laugh about it. It's so weird. We are living in such a weird, it's like, I really don't think people are making a big enough deal
I don't think
about
that
it.
either. And the thing that I find that's like the weirdest about it is that, like, okay, so this movie is its own situation, right? Maybe he really did approve of using AI for this kind of thing. Maybe he really was okay with it. But now that this movie's being made, you know what else is going to happen? A bunch of other directors are going to start cherry picking and surfing the internet for
Yep.
any kind of confirmation
Yep.
that a certain actor or whatever was okay with
Yeah.
technology, or that they like technology. That's like saying, like, and like, this would just be so unbelievably disrespectful.
Yeah.
But like, someone made a movie with like Robin Williams.
Uh-huh.
And their justification for doing that is because they saw some random interview where Robin Williams once said, I love technology. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
how much it's advanced. And I don't know if that exists.
No, but just
I'm
something
just
like
saying,
that.
like, they're just going to cherry pick,
It
and they're going to
reminds
use
me-
it. They're going to use it specifically to draw attention
Mhm.
to the movie. For it's like, I mean, in some way, like, in some cases, in
Like-
terms of like publicity, it's better than getting a current huge
Yeah.
actor to star.
Like, what would they have done if AI wasn't a thing? Like, if Val Kilmer couldn't do this role, what would they have done?
A
if AI
GoFundMe for
wasn't a thing?
CGI fund.
They
crowdfunded-
should have
a
just done
crowdfunded
that.
movie.
You know what? They could have done that. You know what? They could have posted about it. They could have posted about how they're struggling to get this movie made as an independent, studio. We had Val Kilmer signed on. We understand that he was in this, really rough position, but he really wanted to, be in this role.
Wasn't there a TikToker that did that where they like they like
Oh yeah,
they like pre-sold
it was
tickets to a
Luca.
yeah, didn't you buy the tickets to see the movie that they made
That was.
or a
Are you
short
talking about
film
Snow
or
Bear? The
no,
short film.
no, it was
Well,
a
Luca.
TikToker. There
Well,
was a
Luca.
TikToker.
Luca Pizzaleo. He's an independent filmmaker that I'm actually friends with. That he did do a GoFundMe for his short. I think it was called it was called OCD. And
Mhm. I don't know if that's the one I'm thinking of.
okay, maybe
But
we're thinking of different filmmakers, but I am friends with a filmmaker that has done a GoFundMe for his.
I just remember there was like a TikToker that was
Oh
he did like a
yeah,
lot of
him.
skits
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then he decided to
Yep,
make a
I know who you're
film.
talking about.
Yeah,
I
so
forget
he
his
like
name
he
off the top of my head,
crowdfunded by
but
selling
yeah,
tickets to an online
exactly.
showing of the film to
Yep.
pay for the production. Like just
Yeah,
do something
they
like
could have
that.
just done that, and they said, we're like, we really want to make this film, and honor Val Kilmer. Like, here's a GoFundMe. Like, if you really want to like see Val Kilmer in his last performance ever, even though that's a little bit milking the audience too, and to kind of manipulating them into paying money, but it's still kind of a better thing than just like, oh yeah, we're gonna completely generate him in this fake role that no one performed. It's just BoJack Horseman is coming super relevant because like they completely. Did you watch BoJack
I still
Horseman?
haven't
Oh,
watched
okay.
it,
So
no.
basically, not to spoil it, it doesn't really spoil
It's
it.
fine.
He is making the movie uh Seabiscuit. No, not Seabiscuit. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking? Oh my god. It's BoJack Horseman playing Secretariat. Oh my god, Secretariat.
Okay.
And he is in this role, and they do like a scan of his body, and he like asks what that is, and he was like, oh, we just we scanned your whole body just in case you like die or something, and then we can just completely just animate you for the whole entire movie.
Mhm.
But anyways, what you were saying about like cherry picking, it reminded me of Barry and how he was like discovering God and all that and starting reading the Bible, and he would listen to all of these like podcasts on it to try and find loopholes in the Bible to justify his killing. Just kind of reminded me of that when you were talking
That's
about
a
like,
really good show if you
it's
haven't
very
watched
good.
it.
It's a
a
very, very,
phenomenal
very
show.
good show. But you just talking about cherry picking really reminded me of that
Yeah.
because it was so funny. Like he was just walking in a grocery store, listening to it, just like, oh yeah, killing is like in the Bible, killing is okay in certain situations. But if you kill people this many times, you're an awful person. But yeah, so I mean, really, that's what they're going to do. They are going to find any little reason to justify them using AI in movies, and I have faith in Hollywood and proper filmmakers to not do that, to not go at least to those extents. I feel like we're not. I think it's asking a little too much for them to not use AI a little bit. I think that's just where.
I mean, like I said, it's okay to use it as a tool or for certain things. Like I don't remember if maybe I'm misremembering, but the man, now I'm forgetting the name of the movie.
The Brutalist.
The Brutalist, yeah. How you knew exactly what I was going. He knew exactly where I was going with that. They used AI to like tweak the accent, right?
Well,
to get it accurate.
See, that is something that I think a lot of people just really like blew so far out of proportion. And the only reason why people were really blowing that out of proportion is because they hate Adrian Brody. They hate his guts. They hate him. They just I mean, they were doing it while he was like accepting his Oscar. Like when he threw his gum to his, I think, wife. People were like, ugh, like what a gross. And it's just like, she looked like she was totally fine catching his gum. Like, how about you just keep your opinions to yourself and stop like trying to find every single thing to hate this guy for.
To be fair, that is pretty weird.
It is pretty. No, it is. It is weird.
But yeah,
but it's
no,
like he didn't have
yeah.
any reason. She just looked excited for him winning an Oscar. It's just like it is weird.
People
and he
just
has
hate to
done some
hate.
very controversial things. I won't deny that. But just like people hate him so much that they will take any opportunity to really tear him down. Like, oh, his whole entire performance was AI. He should not have won that Oscar. It's just like, no, he had a great performance. He had a fabulous, fabulous performance. And he wasn't the only one that they used a little bit of AI to really just fine tune the Hungarian accent, because the director, which again, I don't agree with. I don't agree with him. Crap. I always blank on actors' names. I always do it, and I don't like that. I know their names, but I always blank on them. But I don't agree with what they did that for, with basically trying to make it so even to like the Hungarian people, that it would just, they wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the performance acting and regular Hungarian dialect. So I mean, I don't really understand why they needed to do that. I don't think they needed that level of authenticity. I think that it would have been better to just really see the performance. But again, it was like that was just one thing that people blew way too far out of proportion. Definitely controversial. I won't deny that. It's definitely controversial. But yeah, that was definitely a little bit too much.
I just think as long as AI is used within a very, very narrow frame, like frame of mind, like whatever, like it's so it's okay. I mean, like AI is it's a good tool for certain things. It is a really good tool.
Yeah.
But it's nothing that you should like use as a crutch.
No,
that's when it fails.
It should not get rid of an actor's job. It should not replace, even out of respect for someone. You shouldn't completely AI generate someone for a performance. You shouldn't AI generate images, backgrounds, scenes. You should not AI generate effects. I don't think you should AI. You shouldn't even. I really don't think you should AI generate even like blemishes on the face.
They used AI to de-age Harrison Ford in the newest Indiana Jones movie, didn't they?
Fucking sucked. Yeah, it was terrible. It was some of the worst. I think they did use CGI a lot, but I think they did use AI as well. But it was like that movie had, I think, like one of the biggest budgets ever. I think it was like $300 something million.
Yeah, see there, you don't have an excuse.
That is just awful. Yeah,
exactly. How about you just don't buy coffee? How about you just don't buy coffee for the set for a day? And you can fund your CGI.
You don't have an excuse for that. You really don't. I don't think there's any excuses for big uses of AI like that. I really don't think that there is. I think that, like you were saying, it's a good tool for maybe like coding or being able to,
or like shortcuts for like color grading or like that kind of stuff,
which is like kind of color grading is already kind of a massive tool as far as like what those things can go to. It's just moving around certain like bars, and it's AI. I think as far as what AI can be used for, it can just be maybe to fine tune color grading, like maybe do the original color grading by yourself, but if you think this area needs a little bit more, then just do that. Like things that aren't taking someone's job away. The person is already hired and doing his job, and if that's how he wants to do his job, that's how he wants to do his job. Because I'm not going to be someone that's naive in the fact that it's like, oh, you could have hired someone to do that little thing. It's just like, okay, be realistic. It's someone at least has been hired for that job and he's doing it, and that's how he's doing it. As long as they're not hiring people to do that, because like I think that would be kind of stupid and redundant to hire someone to just like completely AI generate. And I think, I think that AI generation is still, it's still a skill, I think, because I would not be able to know how to AI generate one of those trailers you see. Like I would not be able to.
No,
I have a hard time generating, like whenever I try to really see what AI is possible, like it can do. I do like Chat GPT, and I know that's like not even like the one that people use for those trailers, but it's so awful. It's so god awful. And I would never be able to do something like that. It's definitely still like skill based of being able to know how to do that stuff, but it doesn't take the actual like skill. Like how about instead of writing a prompt, how about you write a story? Like how about you write a story and create images for people to create in their mind instead of writing a prompt? Like, because I swear people like will release these prompts that you have to use to get this cool AI generated image, and it's like, why don't you just write a story? Like you're literally writing it like out for them to generate a video for you. Why don't you just write a story? Why don't you actually use that time to really create something that matters? And I think that, we can wrap this video up. It'll be a shorter one just because we're going around in circles about it. But I think at the end of the day, AI is something that is getting scarier and scarier as far as what companies are choosing to just let slide. Like, oh, this one was about Val Kilmer. This one was just a kind of like a in remembrance or in honor of Val Kilmer. So it's fine. Like we're gonna let him do it. Just whatever. It's just this one time. And then other companies are gonna see that as like, ooh,
yeah, it's a little crack in the door for them to stick their foot in.
which actors have died recently that we can just
Yeah.
kidding. But no, it's just like it opens doors that should not be opened because it's really not a good thing. This is just a bad example for what. Well, one, it's a very bad example for independent filmmaking because it's just really shows because independent filmmakers are independent filmmakers are the film industry.
Yeah.
They are what holds it all together. The people that have that vision, that have nothing holding them back, have nothing. They have nothing holding them back. They can make whatever they want. And then when we have something like this, which technically it is independent, even though it has, an absurd budget of like 10, $15 million, that's still independent and it's still independently funded. But when you have something that's in the realm of what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, it takes away. Like, oh, you want $10,000 for your film? We were actually just about to make one completely AI generated that's around like about the same kind of thing. It's just like it leads to that, and it just takes opportunities away. Again, a lot of people are going to say, Cameron, stop being so dramatic. Like, that is just not what it is. Yes, it is. That is. It's what it is.
If you don't even see, like, just using your own, like, literally just common sense, like, the rapid rate at which AI has used the fucking Will Smith eating spaghetti reference.
It's
like,
crazy. That was like 2022?
Yeah.
Or something?
Or
maybe,
21. Maybe the earliest was like 2020 or 21.
It was probably like 2020 and 2021 because that's when Will Smith was like really popping off.
Yeah, but like, I mean, just use it as a reference. Like the very first like AI generated images of Will Smith eating spaghetti were like abysmally hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
Now there's like, I think I saw one that was like a video of him talking to his son eating spaghetti and like having fluent conversation and like
it's developed a lot.
It's developed way too fast.
It's developed way too fast, and it's
anything that develops that fast without a doubt is going to be a problem.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Without a doubt.
For sure. Like, I mean, it's taking over everything. It's on phones. I mean, I know AI has kind of been on phones for a while, but it's definitely becoming a lot more like, oh, make your own emoji. Oh, it's like, why don't you do something like Lego, in which they have people that can actually come up and build their own Lego sets, and then Lego has like a prize or something, and then they end up making the actual set.
Yeah.
How about you do that for iPhone emojis, where they hold contests for people that actually do art for their full-time job or as a hobby, and they draw their own emoji, and then they pick 3 at the end of the month or something like that, and those are the new emojis. Like,
that's the other thing that I hate about AI too, is that like there are, and I understand, I get it. When you're starting like your own business and like maybe your funding is low because you're starting your own thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of seeing the same generic AI slop caricature next to a super generic bubbly letter, black outline, color logo.
Yep.
And then they just like, I'm not going to say the company because I'm not going to put them on blast right now, but literally on the way here, first off, I almost got into an accident like 3 times because the driver was that fucking bad. But like, he cut me off and then slammed on his brakes 8 different times.
Jeez.
But he had like this Sprinter van that was just wrapped in AI generated plumbing pictures. The whole thing was just wrapped in AI.
People are like, so naive.
If there's anything, if I ever need plumbing, I'm not going to call you.
Yep.
Because that just shows that you're just like, you're cutting corners.
And you just don't care.
Yeah, or like, you don't care.
You just don't care.
There's nothing professional about it. I know.
It's so upsetting. It's like, really? Like, it's just like there wasn't a real one that you could have found. You had to use AI. And I'm just like, I'm just so happy about it.
There's a bunch, and as a graphic designer, I know for certain there is unfortunately way too many graphic designers out there that undervalue their work.
Oh yeah.
You mean to tell me that you couldn't have gone on Fiverr and paid $50 to somebody who was just desperate for work and had a professional logo made for you? Even if it was like a very simple, not a huge package put together or whatever, there's no reason. There's absolutely zero reason why
I don't get it.
Like, I don't get it.
I don't get how I really don't get how people are just fine with it. Just like if I had anything AI in here, like as like a logo or something, or I made one for our studio, I would just like be looking at it and just, well, I guess if I did it, then I would be fine with doing it. I just mean like
If someone else did it for you.
if someone else did it for me and I didn't know about it, I would just be so disappointed and I just would not be able to stare at it. I just be like, that is not a real thing. That is
Mhm.
not. No one made it. It's just not. It's stuff thrown together and just I really don't understand where people just like, oh, but I'm just having fun. I'm just AI generating this fun little picture, or just like this fun emoji. Like it's my favorite emoji, and I had it AI generated on my.
And that's fine. Like if it's meant to be personal, if it's for personal use, then whatever, generate your
well,
meme.
fine, yeah.
But at the same, but when it turns into business,
Yeah.
when it turns into a way for you to make
Mhm.
money, there needs to like. There won't be
For
because
sure.
this is way too broad of a thing for them to do. But like, there needs to be something put into place where you just cannot use AI in
Mhm.
any sort of business endeavor. Period.
Yeah. Well, you
Like-
can definitely set that goal if it's your business.
Well, yeah. If it's your own business, yes. But I mean, like on a legal standpoint.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they'll ever go that far. But like,
Probably not.
it's
It's freedom
just-
of
yeah,
expression.
yeah. But it's just like it's just so stupid to me. My knee just popped. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it's just so dumb to me.
It is. It's
Like
very dumb.
Like I've used AI to generate certain images, but like never for any sort of like
Oh no.
monetary gain
Like,
or any like the
exactly.
wallpaper that we have in our texts.
Yeah.
I found a picture of it was like kind of like this wall,
Yeah.
kind of like this wall, but like the proportions were all off and the color wasn't exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I said, make this an iPhone wallpaper aspect ratio and make it a little bit darker.
Yeah.
Like so,
Exactly.
like you can use it for personal stuff. That's fine. But
Exactly.
the second you use it for anything like
any financial gain,
anything to make money on it, it's just
it
super
makes-
scummy
it-
to me.
It is. It's terrible. It's so like, and it really does. It really does say a lot about
Mhm.
you as a person. And I also hate because like some people just really don't. People can't decipher what's AI or not. Like sometimes people would just be looking at that like a sign that's like obviously AI.
Shout outs to
And they're
Dad.
just like, oh, that sign, huh?
I said shout outs to our dad.
Oh yeah, that sign looks so cool.
He's going through like a YouTube kick
yeah
right now, and which is so funny because I know you guys are watching.
He's watching us on YouTube.
Yeah, I know you guys are watching the episode, so sorry, but like our parents, they like watch old TV shows rerun the same stuff. They watch. I think they've seen Little House on the Prairie like 86 times, and that's not even. I don't even think that's an exaggeration at this point.
Yeah.
But like now, for whatever reason, our dad's on this like YouTube kick of like looking up all these different historical things in Michigan.
Oh, he's been doing that for months.
Yeah, but like 9 times out of 10, more like 9.9 times out of 10, I immediately can tell that it's an AI generated voice.
Oh, I know.
And he's just like,
I
no, it's real.
I know.
It's like
It's
not.
really starting.
It's
It's
not.
really starting to trick people, and that's what's scary about it. Like I'm sure some like God bless their God. I was about to say God bless their soul. God bless their heart. Someone's gonna see Val Kilmer in that movie and think that he was like resurrected, or think that he was like 100% healed. Like there's gonna be some fucking moron that thinks that Val Kilmer was healed.
If that's you, sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah, seriously. Like come on. Like there's like I've seen that before of just like these videos of like daughters filming their grandparents or something like that and just like, oh look, and they just believe it. It's just like it's so bad like of how it's like really changing people's perspectives and people are just becoming so okay with it. And I've seen like a couple people saying like AI is gold. Like this is just the new wave of, technology and cutting edge technology and you just have to be okay with it. It's just like, no, it's not. It's not okay.
Yeah.
It's not okay. And I wish that this, As Deep as the Grave, terrible title. I really hope that this movie does get boycotted somehow. And I don't even support boycotting 100%. I feel like you need to have a true like you have to have a really truthful and honest reason behind why you want to boycott something. And I think this movie getting boycotted would be very justified because it's just not a good representation on filmmaking. It's not a good representation on creativity, and really is just a bad look on I won't say everyone that's a part of the movie, because I don't think it's not their fault. The actors being a part of it, it's not their fault that the director and producers decided to go that route. They just wanted to be in a movie with Val Kilmer, and they can't really help that. But at the same time, It's just not a good look for the actors. It's not. I mean, like, this actor starred in this movie with a completely AI generated version of Val Kilmer, in which we haven't seen Val Kilmer in a movie for 20 years. Like, it doesn't sound right to me. It really doesn't sound right. I'll go back to what I said at the beginning. It's just I don't understand why they went with Val Kilmer. I understand that they wanted Val Kilmer for this role, but why pick someone that literally can't perform and act? Like, why would you do that? Why would you pick that? Like, no offense to Val Kilmer and his family, because, like I said, he's a great actor. But why would you choose someone that simply can't do it?
Yeah.
And literally, they talked about how he couldn't go through with it because he was having health issues, and that was I think about a year before he died.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, why? How are you stupid? It doesn't make sense. Nothing adds up. Nothing lines up. Like, if Val Kilmer was able to talk and was like not like he was like a little bit mobile but was able to like put on a performance, then I would be a little bit more understanding on him getting like worse in his health and not being able to follow through with the performance, and then them trying to figure out a way. I still wouldn't justify the AI, but at least I would understand more as to why they went with Val Kilmer in the first place.
Yeah.
Why? It just doesn't make sense to me. It just really does not make sense to me. So I hope we figure something out. I hope that we figure something out about this movie sooner or later before it comes out as to like why it genuinely is getting made. But only time will tell. I'm never gonna see this movie, but it'll be interesting to see.
Probably just a way to test the waters.
Yeah, probably.
Like everything is
Everything's a test.
Everything's just a test. Like if there's at least I would say like if there's at least 20% of the audience that is okay with this, they're gonna run with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because like
if there's like 5%, there's the audience does like this, so it's okay. Like, it's okay. It's all right. We're gonna do it. But anyways, we'll end the episode there. I just wanted to talk. When I saw that in Germany, I was so pissed. And I was like, we need to do that. And I'm like, honestly, I need to get back into the mindset of filming, because we haven't filmed in about like 2.5 weeks or something.
Yeah, that's right. Because we did a lot of
we did a lot of pre-recording for the episode, so I'm just kind of getting back into that space. But we will be back next week for a little longer, a little bit more entertaining episode. But we just kind of wanted to touch base on AI again, because it's only developed even more since we talked about it last. But anyways, that'll bring you to the end of today's episode. We will see you next time.
Bye.